Howdy everyone, Nathan with the Kohatsu Cave of Games here, and today I've got a little Kickstarter preview for you for Chris Handy's Pack-O Games. These are kind of like gum stick sized boxes. There's my fingers reference, they're pretty small, but the games pack some bite. I've had these for a few weeks now, and I've played both of them with my family and with my friends, and I've gotten some feedback, and all of it has been very good. I'm not good at suspense. This game, Hue, interests me in particular because my kids absolutely love Seven Dragons. And Seven Dragons is a good game, but the take that element of it puts the kids off a lot, and they fight and fight and fight. And this kind of solves that very nicely. Gem is an auction game that is actually really cool as well. The kids have dug on that as well. So I'll go across both of them and teach you kind of how the game sets up and plays, and I'll give you some final thoughts on what I think about these two awesome little games. Okay, so first is Hue. Hue is that game that's like Seven Dragons, as I said, and when you pick it up and open it up, it's got some nice little cut edges so you could pull the whole game out of the box, just like that. And, there's the game! And the instructions are included in it, so I'll open those up so you can see what they look like. And it's just one sheet. I'll refocus front and back. Kind of displays everything very nicely. On the top, it's real quick to tell you that you're supposed to score the most points by strategically placing cards and choosing the most valuable scorecard. And it tells you get these cards. And the cards themselves are just color palettes. You got 5 starting cards and then 5 poison cards. Okay, so let's set up a game and explain how you play it. You're going to get 5 start cards. And of these 5 start cards, you're going to pick 3 of them and put them on the table, and then you'll take 2 and put them, without looking at them, back into the box or off to the side. So those are to the table. Then you've got these 5 poison cards, and you'll take these cards and you'll just give 1 to each player without looking, and the rest will be removed for the game as well. So say 3-player game, 3 poison cards go out. The other 2 are gone. The rest of what you've got is the actual cards in the game. And of these cards, there are 2 types. There's one with 3 solid colors, and then there's ones with 3 solid colors, but they go the other direction. These are called, this is a square, just like this is a square. Okay? So, to start the game, you'll take your 3 starter guys and place them in kind of a diagonal cascade, and this is done at random. You'll take the poison cards and give 1 to each player, and then depending on the number of players, in a 3-player game it's 5. You'll take just 5 cards, 1, 2, 3, I can count, and give them to each player. And the rest will not be used, so that's kind of the setup for a 3-player game. You're good to go. Okay, this is all set up. So everybody takes their cards into their hand, and they can look at the cards that they've got. And when it's their turn, they'll take 1 card and add it to the table, and then that's their whole turn. And then it's the next player's turn. They don't draw a new card or anything, so it's static from the beginning of the game. So to play a card to the table, you just have to make sure that at least 1 square is fully touching 1 square. So that would be legal. This is legal. That is not legal. The rule is at least 1, so you can do a side runner like that. Additionally, you can take a card and cover up 1/3 of an existing card that's on the table, but only 1/3. So if you've got a little guy that's sticking out like this, then you could take this and place it over like that, like that, like that, but you cannot cover more than 1 square, so you can't do that. So I could place this guy, I'll put him here like this. Okay? The point of the game is to start to grow a consecutive number of blocks, if you will, of the same color. So in this case, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 reds. That would score you 4 points if you scored red. 1, 2, 3, 4 would score you 4 points for purple. These big guys score 3 points by themselves. So if I put this guy here, that just connected to that purple, so now I'd score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points for purple. So you'll keep going around until everybody has only one card left. That one card that's left will be your scoring card. So as you play cards to the table, you're going to have to keep the one card behind that you want to score with, and the 3 colors on that card are the 3 colors that you score. That's really cool. In addition, the color that's in the middle scores double. So in this case, purple would be my double color, and in the cards that look like this, the middle is your doubler, which is also purple in this case. So in my example that I've got on the table, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Doubled would be 16. So just purple alone would be 16 points, which is really cool. And then there's the poison card, and the poison card will just kill off a consecutive chain of the color that the marker is on. So it won't affect purple or blue in this case, only yellow. So if I put it here, it kills off this entire yellow. So now this is worth 0 points. Poisons can be covered, and then you're back to normal. The yellows would count again. And that's it. So everybody just goes around the table adding one card, and it slowly builds the tableau, and the colors are shifting left and right and whatever, until finally you have 2 cards left, and you have to pick, all right, am I going to score, is there more blue, is there more yellow? Then you try to increase your last scoring card as much as you can. And then the scores are added up, and the highest total wins. That's Hue. I love it. Okay, and here's Gem. Gem is the auction game, and there's cards with gems on them, and there's money cards. You'll start the game with money cards. You'll use these cards to buy gems. Gems also have a value which can be used to buy more gems. You go through 6 rounds of auctions of buying these gem cards up, and at the end of the game, you'll get points for the total number of gems that you have, and then majority of each of the different types of gems that you've got. So let me set up this game, and I'll step you through it, and let's get going. Alright, so this is how the game sets up. It plays between 2 and 4 players, and the number of players does not affect the setup at all. So I'll just show you how I see it. You start with 3 money cards, which are just a value of 1, 2, or 3, which is shown there. It's a 1 on both sides, the green and the red. And you have 6 rounds in the game, so you'll shuffle up the gem cards and create your little round decks. This first round has 4 gem cards, then 3, 3, 3, 3. Final round has 2. At the end of that, you'll count up the number of gems you've got and all your bonuses, and the highest score wins. So there's 2 phases to each round, an auction phase and a reinvestment phase. In the auction phase, all of the auctions are once rounds, so you got to put out your best bid, and you have to be able to pay for your bids. Your card amounts are static, 1, 2, 3. If you overbid and overpay, you're not going to get change back. So if you only bid 2 and you paid 3, sorry, you lost out on $1. If it's your turn to start an auction, then you'll make a bid, you'll throw a bid out, and you do not indicate which card you're aiming for. You just throw a number out. You can begin a bid with 0, and you can pass. It's a once around, so whoever bids the highest going around the table once will take it. And if you pass, you can come right back in, say, I start, I'll bid a 1, and everyone else passes. So I'll turn this over to indicate that I've spent the $1, then I'll pick which card that I want to get, and I will win it. However, I get it on the red side, not the green side. Then, since I won it, the player to my left will begin the next auction phase, and I'll keep going until all of these cards are won. So say it looks like this, and I didn't win any of these cards. So say my table looks like this at the end of the auction phase. That's the only gem that I won. So starting with the person that won the last gem card and going clockwise from that player, they get to reinvest into their gems. When you acquire a gem, it comes to you with the red value, and you need to flip it over to the green value for 2 reasons. 1, that becomes a monetary value just like your money. So you can actually use it to spend to win auctions, but it flips over to the red side again like your money does. However, if your cards are not green by the end of the game, then they do not count in scoring. So you can use them throughout the game for money, but you have to reinvest by the end of the game or they won't score you any points. So to reinvest, you simply have to spend money equal to its red number, 2 in this case, to flip it back over to the green side. So if it's my reinvestment phase, then I'll just spend my 2, and I get this guy back. So at the end of the round, after everybody's had a chance to reinvest, all of your gems will stay static. So if you've got some red, then they'll stay red, but all your money comes back. Okay, with everything reset, we'll go on to the next round, which is just a new auction phase where you bid on more gems. So you do a full auction phase till all these guys are gone. Then you'll do a reinvestment phase, and then you go to the next auction phase, and so on and so forth, until this final round. The only difference with the final round is when you acquire one of these 2 final round gems, they come to you already green side up, so you don't have to spend the money to reinvest them to get the points out of them. So, say it's the end of the game, and I have these 3 cards plus 1 card that's red, and my opponent has these 3 cards face up. Alright? Now, after everything's done, you get one last reinvestment to try to get everything back to green. Then you'll score. And immediately, all the cards that ended up being red, you didn't reinvest them, are lost. They're gone from the game. They do not count. After that, you'll get 1 victory point for every gem that you have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're tied. After that, you'll go to the different gem value, or the different gems themselves. Like this is a diamond, I've got 1, that's a diamond, he's got 1. We tie. So in the case of a tie, you'll score 2 points per player that tied, which is cool. After that, you'll go to whatever you have the sole majority of. So like over here, I've got sole majority of orange and purple. I would score 3 points each for each of these majorities. So 3 points there, 3 points there. We tie on red, so I'd score 2 points. You just add up the number of VP that you got, compare it with all your other players, and the highest VP total wins. If there's a tie, it goes to the number of total gems that you've got. And that's Gem. Alright, so that's it. Those are the 2 games I got from the Paco Games series. It's currently up on Kickstarter. They've got gameplay videos for everything, and they have different reward tiers that you could look at for picking just a few games or picking all the games that they've got coming out. For the size, for the price point, I think it's a wonderful product to purchase. I've had a lot of fun playing it with my family and friends. Family more with the tile laying game, and friends more with the auction game. And I think there's like 4 or 5 plus games now on Kickstarter that are all included in this one Paco Games series. So go check it out, back it if you like it, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Is that Sparky? Is that Sparky?